Well, good morning, good morning, good morning, everyone. Welcome to Women's Empower Network. I am so excited to have our next guest and a dear friend. Let me get this one closed. Had another window pop open on me, all the technology. I want to introduce a really dear friend of mine, and she's very special in so many ways to me, because if it wasn't for her, I would not be launching this Women's Empower Network. She's a dear, dear friend. We've known each other for very many years, and I'll let her introduce herself and share her wisdom from her heart. Welcome, Kristine Baker.
Good morning, Jenny. Since I think it was 2004 approximately when we met, and we've stayed in touch all those years through my being in Oregon and you being here and me being back in Santa Fe and you being in Pagosa. So um, I am Kristine Baker, and I have been on. I've been an entrepreneur actually since about 1972 because I was introduced to the Way Shores, what has become Way Shores College, but at the time was the Inner Peace Movement. And we taught people how to use their intuition, their inner communication system, and become entrepreneurs for themselves, because we all have an inner wisdom, an inner passion, an inner mission, and finding that mission and working that mission as we unfold. That's why I like Women's Empower Network, because it's empowering women to know that they already came with everything that they need to do what they need to do. And uh, the training that helped me the most was understanding the balance of thought and feeling. So our intellect talks us out of it, and our feeling keeps moving us forward. So that's all I've ever done for Ginny, is to help her to keep tapping her feelings, I guess. So I'm glad to help you and support you here. And it's causing me to come out of retirement, semi-retirement, and start to look at how I can get more technologically educated and be a presence, because I love to share. Talking is my favorite thing, and talking about spiritual things is really the most important thing that I've ever done.
It is. Do you want to share more about how we can move beyond those things that stop us?
Wow, yeah. Well, that's a big topic. Um, I think that it's self-confidence and understanding our own inner communication system. I was just outside, and across the road, there were three deer wandering through the forest. And one person years ago, when I was worrying, do I do the right thing? Did I do this? Should I do that? I wasn't tuning into my intuition. I learned that by a friend said, see that deer over there? He's not checking in with his intellect what to do, just goes by instinct. If there's a threat, runs. If there's not, just goes with the instinct. So our inner knowing and our inner wisdom is what we need to get back to, instead of all the rules and regulations and other people's systems that we've gotten caught in. So the biggest thing is to know that you know that you know, and step back to listen to the heart. Not easy. I've been doing this, figuring it out. Well, I don't like to use that word, figuring it out. I have been rewiring my brain to, which is a lot of what you do in your work, rewiring my brain to have new habits that go from the heart rather than the head. And that's really the essence of it, if I answered your question.
Absolutely, you did. So would you like to share some of the practices that you do that help you get in touch with that inner knowing?
Well, that's a good question. When I was 22, I learned that at the lecture that I went to, a life-changing concept. I'm a soul with a physical body, not a physical body with a soul. I am the soul, eternal, wise, has been, and always will be. It's like energy, can't be created or destroyed. And that was cutting edge in 1972 to have that. Now, a lot of people I run into today, the younger generation, they already know that, and they've come in prepared for that. Um, so that was one of the key things that I learned. And another key thing was that I have a team. I call it a team of guardian angels. You can just call it your intuition. You can just call it your divine inner sense of timing. And it manifests as pictures in your mind or clairvoyance, clairaudience, which is clear hearing, clairsentience, which is clear feeling or empathic, and inner knowings, which are claircognizance, those big words. But it's just being clear that there's a radar system that we're using all the time to pick up hunches and impressions. And back in the old days, we used to say, it's a salesman who knows this person's going to buy, and he just knows what to say, and that inner knowing. Or you hear the phone ring and you know who's on the other end of the phone, or you see a vision of the plan. You get an idea of something you want to do, and the vision of that whole plan just boom pops into your head, and you go, oh, I can do that. So it's learning to listen to that and to clear the cobwebs, the rules and regulations that we've gotten from our parents. Oh, you can't be an artist. Oh, artists don't make any money. Your society, women aren't supposed to do that. Men aren't supposed to do that. The religions that we have, they program us with what's right and what's wrong. So it's sorting through all that. So my main in a way of doing that is mindfulness, becoming aware of what my thoughts are doing. Am I thinking for myself with conscious, positive thoughts? Or am I thinking against myself? I can't do that. That's not going to work. It takes becoming aware of the story that's going on in your head. And I've often said, I just need to write a new script. And that's what I do. When I realize I'm not going quite in the direction I want to go, I have to write a new script. And it may take a while, but that inner communication that I've learned to have with my inner guidance, connecting with my inner guidance, has helped me to know how to actually sit down, ask for ideas, write that new script, go into a meditation. And so those are the key things, I guess I would say, that connecting with your inner guidance is a workshop that I offer. It teaches you exactly what kind of communication is your best skill, the vision, the intuition, the feeling, or the knowing, and how to get a communication system set up with your inner guidance.
That is huge. One, just becoming aware of how your guidance communicates with you, whatever it is that you call it. But then I think the next step, isn't it, is and like you said, rewriting the script so that you're in alignment with what that intuition is telling you. And then it seems like the next step would be it's learning how to take action.
Yes, feel, think, act is one of the main processes that we teach people. Is you need to have feel. If you were doing it at home, feel, think, act, feel, think, act. And we get caught up, we might have a feeling and then we think, and then we have a feeling and we think, but we are afraid to act. Or we might think and act, but it's always from the rules of regulations or what we think we should be doing, instead of, oh yeah, I really have a feeling for that. Or we might just act and feel upset because we acted and it didn't work. We acted and so that whole rhythm is what I'm refreshing. I had realized that I was leaving out some of those parts, and in certain areas, like starting in this business again and working with the Empower Network TV, which you're a part of, and that's one of the ways we first got connected in doing our own business. I've gone, oh, I've just been enjoying life, just hanging out. Three other aspects that are important are personal, business, and social. So I was in my personal a lot and in my social a lot, but I wasn't paying too much attention to business, business. But I want to be more out there with people again, coming out of retirement. And so I've been offering, as I said, the Connect with Your Inner Guidance workshop. It can be one-on-one, an hour-long consultation, and it can be done through Zoom, or it can be in person. And I haven't yet tried doing a group on Zoom, but that can be coming in the future too. And then another important thing is tapping the source of your spiritual alarm system, because that is an aspect of knowing when we're not doing the feel, think, act, or when we're in our personal business or social in the wrong place at the wrong time. So it's fun. It's fun stepping back and looking at, there's so many young people who already get this. And there's old people like me, I'm in my 70s, who have love, want to give, want to use the resources that they've gathered through the years, but they're just not sure where to start and how to go. And so creating a structure that will work with that is what my next chapter is. Let's put it that way.
That is beautiful, Kristine. You always have so much wisdom to share and so knowledgeable. I've always been blown away at how much you retain all this stuff that you've learned and put into practice and find a beautiful way to share it. And so on the bottom, in the place in the comments, we'll put how you can get in contact with Kristine Baker. And Kristine, is there any last words of wisdom that you would like to share today?
Well, people can Google Kristine Baker in Santa Fe, New Mexico, and there may be some YouTube videos of talks that I've given, and different descriptions of some of the workshops that I've done. I just did that Google and there was there. But I just like everyone to know every woman out there is an entrepreneur in one way or another. And it's a joy to start to love and trust and connect with yourself and have confidence. And this group, by your description, is going to be a successful group to help women do that. Jenny, thank you for having me. I can't hear you.